Ice Spinner. Ting-Lu eats it though. Look at Ting-Lu. 32 on Ting-Lu. What is going on, guys? We are back for another NCL video. This time we got week 7, the run back against my boy TJ, the Montgomery Magikarps. And I know you guys might be wondering, well, why is there a Volcanion on your team now? And why is there Iron Leaves on TJ's team? Well, I'll do a quick little rundown. For this week, my league has this thing where it's called Chump Charity. You can basically swap a Mon on your team in that tier for another Mon that's available. Kind of like a fantasy waiver wire. So in this case, the homie Quaquaw was subbed out for Volcanion. He's back now though, don't worry. Post-recording, he's back. And TJ on his hand, I believe, he chumped Grafaiai, and now he has a Iron Leaves instead. And I'll show you TJ's team right now. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not even gonna cap. As you can see in the thumbnail, Terra Volcanion does kind of go crazy against TJ's team, especially with the Water Absorb. He's got a lot of water types. The fire-water combination offensively is a crazy threat, and I can Terra Ghost to not worry about Tusks and Slowbro as much. And that's a little bit of a teaser what you see in the video. So yeah, if you like the NCL commentary videos, hit that like button, subscribe for more. We got more content coming on the way. Also got to record week 8 spoilers coming up next. Let's start the battle right now. So starting off, I knew Slowbro was a very safe lead for him, so that's why I decided to lead Ampharos. And as you see, I brought the air balloon just in case of a great Tusk lead, which is what I did. But thankfully, he didn't bring it, so I didn't have to worry about it right now. Because the game plan, I have to set up a Reflect. He yawns me, which kind of forced me to switch, but I said, nah, I'd rather T-Wave the Slowbro than get out of here. So I clicked T-Wave, let the Ampharos go to sleep, because I'm like, I already got this Reflective. That was the main point of Ampharos. I have answers for Slowbro. If he goes to sleep now, I don't have to worry about Sleep Claws. I see he's clicking Surf here, so I'm like, okay, I can now safely go into Volcanion, predicting him to just keep clicking Surf. And he gets paralyzed, so we don't know what he clicks. Well, I'm assuming he clicks Surf again. Hit him with a Sludge Bomb just to see how much it does, because that was like the best move I had right now aside from Terra Blast for the Slowbro. I swallowed the EQ thanks to Reflect, and because I was like, he's definitely leaving, did 2, which I did read the switch. Click Flamethrower. Does a decent amount to an Eviolite Electric. Here I always go Ting-Lu because I'm like, the coverage Electric gets, Ting-Lu's eating any of it. He clicks the Electric Terrain, which could go crazy with the Iron Leaves. That was a really good setup on his part, but I guess he just doesn't want to bring it in right now. I'm not sure why he's choosing to stay in. Test what the Giga Drain looks like. I set up the rocks in case he had a Sashmon. It also just chips down his team. Ruination, of course. Guys, when we say Ting-Lu, Ruination. He sets up the light screen. I'm assuming that was specifically for Volcanion and Lilligant. If you haven't seen the last video, Lilligant went crazy. So here it's just kind of going back and forth here, but I didn't like how Ting-Lu was slowly losing HP, so I believe I switch out, which is what I do yet, because I was predicting another Giga Drain, which he does. And you guys know what Lilligant can do. It's just with Iron Leaves, it's a little bit harder to do because that Mon is very fast. I put this thing to sleep, predicting a switch, or if he stayed in, it also just gets a Mon to sleep. And it gives me a free Quiver Dance, which is, I believe, what I do right here. Yeah, I set up the Quiver Dance. However, I don't really have coverage for Bisharp. I have Pollen Puff, but it's a neutral. I know with Eviolite it wasn't going to kill, so obviously I opted to switch out. Ampharos with the Static. Click X Scissor, which was good coverage. Good thing I left. With the Static, I get the lucky Static Paralysis. And I even wake up to set up another Reflect. I think I just stayed in to sack them on. Gets a bit Swords Dance, but I outspeed thanks to the Paralysis. Get some chip off. Ampharos goes down. The Reflects have been very helpful, so now I can bring in Volcanion safely. I believe do I predict? No, I do not predict a switch here. 25% to a Slowbro though, that's still a lot. He leaves, sacks the Electric, I'm assuming. I click Sludge Bomb. Oh, I Terra Ghosted. I Terra Ghosted early, chat. I was like, I gotta get the Slowbro out of here. He knows I'm Terra Ghost now though, but his best bet for that is Bisharp, which is already paralyzed. So he goes Slowbro here. That almost one-shots with the Terra Ghost. God, he yawns me. Obviously, I'm not staying in this time because Volcanion is the key to this team. So I go Arcanine. I'm like, he's not clicking a water move on Volcanion, obviously. He leaves, goes to Greedent, which is great for me here. I really want to burn that Mon. So as you'll see here, I spam click the Willow because I'm like, if I burn Greedent, the threat of it diminishes greatly. I click Crunch. I brought the coverage move for Slowbro, and it was low enough to where it would kill. Goes back into Greedent. I'm not sure exactly why, because I'm obviously going to click Will-O-Wisp, but I just thought maybe a Tusk would come out in that point. And then after the Willow EQ obviously does nothing, but Greedent's so fat, as you'll see, I would waste my Flare Blitz. That's why I left. Super Fang, great move. It really, Lilligant can't go crazy this time, guys. We already got the one Lilligant video, unfortunately. I set up a Quiver Dance regardless. I'm like, I'm already here. And because of my investments, unfortunately, this Pollen Puff doesn't kill. I was defensive Lilligant, so my special attack, there was no investments. Maybe if I was invested, it would have killed. Finishes me off with the X Scissor. Unfortunately, couldn't get him paralyzed. I was hoping maybe a little bit of paralysis, but I know here Scizor I can get U-turn out of here. And here I go Ting-Lu, because I think it was if he goes Ting-Lu was fine with Greedent being here, obviously. And I think if it was Leaves, I would just go back into Arcanine, and then the plan for Great Tusk, honestly, I'm not sure. It would probably be Scizor. So I knew Ting-Lu was the expendable mon out of these 4 left. Again, he does a beautiful Super Fang. I believe I Whirlwind. Okay, very risky play, but it brings out the Leaves. And I believe we go straight to Arcanine here to get the Intimidate off. Yep, of course, when we see Iron Leaves, we want to go Arcanine. The Leaf Blade does too after the Intimidate. And this whole time, I was worried he might be Terra Fire for Scizor, because he hadn't used his Terra yet still. Which is also why I wasn't bringing out Scizor in front of the Leaves. And then look at Greedent getting back to full HP with his cheek pouch. Flare Blitz doing 37, so here I kind of made like a business decision. I was like, okay, I'll click Iron Head this time. Maybe I'll get the flinch, and after the burn, I should be able to kill it with Flare Blitz without killing myself after 3 recoils, so I only had to waste 2 recoils. As you see here, Arcanine stays alive. I guess in my head I thought maybe I could use Intimidate one more time. But here I just end up sacking the Arcanine because I was so scared of Terra Fire, of him predicting the Scizor, but he Terra Grassed. And after that I was like, that's actually really good for me. He didn't Terra the Great Tusks. I know I can beat Terra Grass, which means he has no answer for the Scizor. So we click Psyblade, does 24. Which actually isn't that bad, considering he doesn't have boost energy. U-turn obviously takes out Great Tusks. And here we go Ting-Lu, because I didn't know the item on the Great Tusk yet, so I was like, Ting-Lu, you gotta scout. And he is booster attack, which is what I was definitely scared of, which is why we had Reflect. Ice Spinner, Ting-Lu eats it though. Look at Ting-Lu, 32 on Ting-Lu. This is why we drafted him on Ruination. We get rid of half his HP, so now I know Volcano you most certainly can kill as long as you can live a hit. Ting-Lu out here doing his job every time, chat. And then obviously we finish it off. Swallows the Earthquake. Protosynthesis Earthquake. Volcano's just a problem. But yeah, that is the video. GG's to my guy TJ. I'm sure we might see each other in playoffs or something. I think we'll both end up going there. We got 3 more matches after this. Like I said, 2 of the last 3 are division matches. So up next we got our match against Charlotte Chandelures, and then it's divisions the rest of the way out. The playoff push is real, guys. These Pokemon home mons, not gonna lie, they're changing the meta. They're pretty broken. The power creep is crazy. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.